Moldova next. Moldova stepped out. It's Montenegro, sorry. Not Moldova. Montenegro stepped out of Eurovision in 2020. Of course, it was cancelled. And again, they stepped out in 2021. They're represented this year by Vladana with the song Breathe. Tom will remember the last time Montenegro were in Eurovision. It was D-Mol with, what song was it?
Heaven.
There you go.
What heavenly music they made.
Yeah. Sadly, though, Montenegro haven't really achieved much at Eurovision to date. They're hoping that's all going to change this year. The past 10 years, Montenegro have only qualified twice, so it's not great. However, Breathe is a dramatic yet beautiful ballad, which transitions nicely from ballad into a kind of a mid-tempo pop. Let's find out what our panel have to say. Martin, did Breathe give you air? There you go, nice little pun to start tonight.
Very nice. She is an incredible singer, and there is something about her that there's some stage presence, because I've seen her perform it live, and you do watch her, even though she's on her own. The problem is with this song is that for the first 2 minutes, you can sort of ignore it. It's really only the last minute that sort of really packs a punch. And a live performance I saw that was sort of like with online, that was in a sort of bar venue, all you could hear for the first couple of minutes was people talking. So I could imagine that happening at, say, a promo party, because it's happened before. London Eurovision party was somebody who had a slow song that only built up slowly. And I don't think there's enough there to actually make this a qualifier. I love her song. I love the song. I love her singing, but it's just not enough, really. That's the video is really cool, and it depends what she wears, because if she wears the headgear, that would be memorable. But yeah, it's one of those. I think unfortunately Montenegro are going to be ending up only in the semi-final again, which is a shame.
Thank you, Martin. I mean, she's in the second half of semi-final 2, which includes Belgium, Czech Republic, which we're going to talk about later, Estonia, Ireland, North Macedonia, that's up next, Poland, Romania, and Sweden. So there's actually, bar Poland and Belgium, there aren't any ballads. That's quite up-tempo. Is that going to play in their favour? Let's go to Elliot on this.
I mean, I'd class Sweden as a ballad as well, to be honest. Like, that's not exactly Cornelia throwing her hair around, is it? But she does at one point. The strongest thing about this song is her. She sings it fantastically. It's very personal, as we said. Like, it was wrote the day after she lost her mum to COVID, and was inspired by her losing her mother. So it's very personal. But I have to agree with Martin. Like, I don't know what she's going to do on stage. She could just be stood there for the first 2 minutes, and if it doesn't engage you, you're going to tune out. And if ballads aren't your thing, you're going to switch off very quickly to this. It does kind of feel like they're trying to do what Tamara Tedesca did for North Macedonia. Like, she had this powerful ballad and she caught your attention and it somehow worked. I don't see the same here. I think juries will, respect her voice and will appreciate it if she nails it, and I have no fear that she won't. I'm just not sure, and some of the rhyming is quite lazy as well at points. It's like, I can't even remember it, but I just know it's like very generic Route 1 rhyming structure. So, and I know that's harsh because it's very personal to her, but it feels like when they translated it into English, if it wasn't written in English, it's just kind of like, well, this fits, let's just do that. But yeah, they need something memorable on stage, because the song is okay, her voice is very, very good. But if other people around her have more engaging staging or better vocals or just a better song, you're going to forget this. So I'm not sure how this is going to do. I think the jury will have it in the top 10. Will the public? I'm not sure.
Thank you, Elliot. I've got a feeling this will be really strong on stage. She's a phenomenal vocalist, by the way. Oban, is this the kind of song, the way it's structured, the way it's been composed, can you see this being the kind of song that they can do a lot with creatively on stage?
Stu, I don't want to talk about that, because this is the problem that I have with the Eurovision fandom, because it's just disappointing when we dive into the calculations, how it's gonna play out, or when we try to play the Eurovision game. It's like as if it's just all about calculation and mathematics, and this is not gonna play first 2 minutes, last 2 minutes, the staging, the headpiece. This is a phenomenal song. Can we just sit back, relax, forget that it's Eurovision? Yes, it's a competition. Yes, someone has to win. Yes, countries and artists needs to collect points. I understand that. But can we just sit back and enjoy these 3 minutes? Because it's an amazing storytelling. And for a country and for an artist who's not English's native language, and still articulate her message so beautifully. And then the visual, the story in the video clip, and this is the first song, and I think maybe there's a 1 or 2 more songs. It just gives me a hard time to breathe. Like, it's just, I'm like this heavy feeling on my chest. There's just like, it's just like overwhelming with emotions, and I just want to cry. And I freaking love the song. What she wants to do on stage, it's her problem about how competitive she feels. But I think even if she just put a chair on the middle of a stage and just sing her heart out, I think she will make herself proud, and she will give us a beautiful 3 minutes.
Thank you, Oban. Very beautiful indeed. So in terms of the composure of the song, it was composed by Darko Dimitrov, who we saw in the little banners fly up a few minutes ago, who has written some real good Eurovision entries, in fact. Back in 2006, he wrote Nina Na Na Na. I could probably mispronounce that. I remember seeing that live in the stadium, but it definitely didn't sound like that. Tamara Todevska's entry in 2019, which we know how that did for North Macedonia. And weirdly produced Loco Loco for Hurricane for Serbia last year. So there's some real there's a real collection of songs going on there. But this song, I think, has been really well written. I think when it comes down to it, I think this will go down as one of the best composed entries of this year. Will it translate on stage, though, Philip Michelle?
Yeah, I think in my notes, even though Oban didn't say it, I put it's a pure cultural orgasm. I think...
Cheers, everyone. Just to pause a second, Philip Michelle. If you had cultural orgasm on your ESC Fan TV bingo card, now is the moment for you.
But you get double points if I said it. I don't know, there was something about it. And I liked it. And I wasn't sure why I liked it. And I think they're going to do it. The staging, they're going to go all out because they will. It's Montenegro. And it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. I think there's something fierce looking about her. I think she's going to look quite fierce on stage. But I don't know. There was something about this song. And I just thought it sounded as if Montenegro was singing it. And I just loved everything about it. And I don't know why. It's not my usual cup of tea. But there was just something about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my cup of tea normally either, this type of music, but
I am going
to agree with you because I sort of
if you had that on your bingo.
I sort of agree with Martin. He does take like a verse or two to get going, but there's a lot of other songs that do that as well this year.
Yeah.
Once the drums kick in and it gets going, it's a powerful song, and she has got a cracking voice, and she does not belt it out.
And she's not bad looking, but that helps as well.
And I think she probably could perform this well. She's probably got a good stage presence. So
I think I'm going to go all out and say, Philip, that I've got a tenner on it.
Ooh, I won't go that far.
No, I haven't.
But it's good. It's a good sort of
it won't come anywhere because me and Phil agree.
Consigned it to doom. Thank you very much, Phil and Michelle. Tom, it's been a long time since Montenegro did anything at Eurovision. The highest they've ever finished was 11th with Nez back in 2015. I think this is probably Montenegro's best ever entry. I'd go as far as to say that. You're going to disagree with me, obviously, because 2019 was clearly your favourite song of Eurovision ever. This go somewhere?
Nothing lives up to Bobby Socks. You know this. Don't even pretend you don't know. Don't sit there in blissful ignorance.
I remember how you felt about Demol. Does this stand a chance of qualifying? And tell me what you think of it.
Right, it does stand a chance of qualifying. There is one big thing, and I always think it is something that it puts it in the danger zone for me. And it's the fact that, as you said, it beautifully transitions from this really big ballad into a mid-tempo thing. Phil then said the song really gets going when the drums kick in. Basically, you've got a minute of one song and then 2 minutes of another song and a transition between them. And here's the problem, because I quite like it and I think it works quite well. As far as transitions go, it nails it. However, if I was to look at it from another perspective, there are songs that have done that in the past that have faltered because basically, let's face it, the majority of the people watching Eurovision are not diehard fans like us. They're quite a fickle bunch, and they'll listen to it and they'll listen to the big ballad bit, and if it's too slow and doesn't pick up enough for them, they won't vote for it. When the drums kick in, it's too late and the vote's already lost and they won't pick up the phone. And therefore there's a problem. Personally, I think it does the job quite well, but I think it's got a real danger. And the danger, I mean, I'm almost getting slight vibes, although it's a different song entirely, is Thane Eratos from Cyprus in 1999. Had a very, very slow start, and then it kicked in, and it propped up the bottom of the scoreboard. And I wouldn't like to see that happen to this song. I think she's a far better singer, and I think the song has real gravitas and things like that. But I do think they need to be aware of that, and in the presentation of the song, they're going to need to actually make sure that they prepare the viewer and everything for that as they go through, because I think that's the way that they will pick up the points.